Hello, Sarah here. I'm here to have another conversation for the sake of ourselves. Today's conversation is going to be relatively brief, or so I say right now. Ha ha ha. Wah, ha ha ha. And the conversation I wanted to talk about today is another tool that you can have for your toolbox of a place that you can source yourself from and a place that you can come from and something that you can, really lock into and have some fun with, actually, if you want to or choose to. And it's the idea of creating a motto for yourself. What is the motto that you want to live life by? What is your motto? What is your theme song? What is the beat to your drum? You get to actually create something here for yourself that you can have fun with, that you can play with, but that also represents you, that also speaks to you, speaks to your heart, speaks to your being, can really be something to live into and fulfill on. So again, looking at death as my dear friend, if I was on my deathbed and I'm looking back at this motto that that you've created or that I've created, we look back at this motto and it's like you can actually ask, like, did my life represent that? Did this motto, was it lived in form? Was it come from? Can I see it? Can I taste it? Can I touch it? This motto gets to be a place that you can source yourself from, that you can be reminded of, that can be a touch point of what's important to you and how you want to live and who you want to be and how you want to be. So I'll share an example of my motto that I use. And actually, the motto that I use, I actually created over 20 years ago when my kids were youngins. And, you might have gathered by now that a lot of my inspiration for living a consciously created life was because of my children and I wanted to be, an available, connected, heart-centered mom. And I was dealing myself with a lot of not that, or more of a reactionary base that I didn't want outputted on my kids. And I wanted to, come from more responsive spaces versus reactional spaces. So I did a lot of different kind of tools and resources and a lot of training and development to look at what would I need to come from consciously created spaces? What would I need to, be responsive versus reactive? What kind of healing do I need to do, et cetera, et cetera. So, but one of the things I did is I consciously created, what kind of mom do I want to be? What kind of, what kind of environment do I want my kids raised in? What kind of values do I want instilled with them and them to have for themselves? What kind of communication style do I want to have with them? And so I did a lot of looking about, 20, 25 years ago at this, and I created a whole document about, my parenting document. It's a 10-page document of who I am as a parent and what my family is and all of the details that at one point might be a video in itself. It might be entertaining to look at, but also of value, because truthfully, I look at it now when I do look at it, and so much of it got fulfilled on. And again, I think it's, when we put our time, attention, and effort to really put intention and create something, we get to then witness the fulfillment of it happening, or at least more likelihood of the fulfillment of it happening. It might not be, 100% perfect, but you can really see it and experience it in your life. So anyways, back on track to the motto. So in that time when I consciously created, what family is to me, what motherhood is to me, what I wanted for my kids, I came up with this idea of having a family motto. And, the intention behind the motto is, again, I love looking at, brains and how they develop. And I get that, kids are very influenced by many, many things. And we can, in a way, program them. And I wasn't looking to program them in any particular way. I want my kids to have freedom. I want my kids to be the best versions of themselves, not for my sake, not for anybody else's sake, but for their own sake. I wanted my kids to know themselves and live life fully and have access to themselves and to love themselves and to be fully self-expressed. Those were all very important things for me. And I wanted them to have confidence and assurance and just stature in who they are and in their life. So I created this motto that was going to be for our family, but really I created it because I wanted something catchy. I wanted something simple. I wanted something understandable. And I wanted something really where my kids, each of my kids and myself, our whole family, every member of our family could source from and come from. So we could all collectively, as a family unit, come from the same space. And there's a real amplified power, I think, when we can all come from the same space. It gives us a place to come back to. It gives us a space to resolve conflict from. It gives us a space to be in partnership with. It gives us a space to be understood by. And yeah, it gives us like a camaraderie that we're up to this together. So I created this family motto that, since then has really become my motto because I'm part of that family. And I also, really took it on with the boys. And the motto is, I will try my best. I will do my best. And I will be the best person I can be for my family, for my world, and most of all, for me. So, and then we'd end with a hip, hip, hooray. And so again, I'll say it one more time. I will try my best, do my best, and be the best person I can be for my family, for the world, and most of all, for me. Hip, hip, hooray. And what we did with that motto, so now you can create your own motto. You're welcome to use that motto if you want, because hey, take it, go run with it. And if you can bring more life to that, please do. Brought me and my family a lot of value. But if that's not the motto for you, that's okay too. The idea of, you taking a look, just getting present. What kind of way do you want to live your life? What kind of, future are you living into? What would support you to live into that future? What would have you have your back? What would be a catchy little phrase or a little tune or a little rhyme or a little statement that, isn't heavy or burdensome, but it lifts you, it inspires you, it pulls you forward, it has you want to show up to that, it has you want to reach and to rise into something, it has an expanded version of you in it. It's something that really speaks to your heart and your values and what's important to you and what's at your core and your being. So those are places you can look when you're making your own motto and have fun with it. Put a little rhyme together, it can have some music even, whatever. The idea is it's something that you enjoy saying to yourself or enjoy saying out loud or enjoy saying with other people if you're doing it as a family unit or as a group or as a partnership. Have something that is fun, is playful, is catchy, something that, you might be saying for 20 plus years of your life and coming back to, and is something that's really worthwhile. And so, it's yours to create. Have fun with creating your own motto in life. And this gets to be a place that you get to source from. And then you get to find out how and when and how often do you want to use this motto. So for myself, back, 20 plus years ago when my oldest ones were just littles, we would have, they did this for a long time, but it started when they were just littles. We would have weekly family meetings. And so me and each of my boys, we'd all sit down, and some of them would be climbing couches or hanging upside down off of a chair or something like that, because they had freedom to move their bodies, because that's the way I roll. But the idea is that they were, there was a level of participation in a family meeting because we're family. And so we came together, every week at a certain time that worked for everyone. And we had a family meeting so we could all be on the same page, so we could all connect, we could all share whatever we needed to share. I, as a parent, got to share some of the status updates of just the household or what they needed to know in the scheduling or calendar, etc. I also got to get any input I needed to get from them. They also got to share any conflicts they were having or any grievances they were having. I can get into all the things that we did at those family meetings in different videos, because there's a lot of great tools. They got a chance to acknowledge each other, or all of us got a chance to acknowledge each other. We got a chance to, they got a chance to be involved in the household in whichever degree, whether it be meals or groceries or even, saving up for something we're saving up for, plans, or what we might want to do with ourselves or our time together, or how we might want to connect. All kinds of things came up at those meetings. But every single meeting, every single week for 15 plus years of their life, we ended that meeting with everybody put their hands in. They all know this. They all know the drill. We all go put the hands in. And with those hands in, we'd be, I will try my best. I will do my best. I will be the best person I can be for my family, for the world, but most of all for me. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! And it has been so rewarding. Like, I created it for their sake, and I got it for my sake. So I realize now that this is a motto that I really truly lived by. I wanted to model it. Like, if I wanted my kids to, actually live from these spaces, one of the things I really understand or get is that we as parents, we get to model that, because they are always in taking information, and they are really learning from more of what we model than what we say. So I really took it on of, okay, I will try my best. I will do my best. I will be the best person I can be for my family, freaking for my family, man, for the world, but most of all for me. And that most of all for me part came a little bit later on. It originally more was for the family. And in time, I got to really develop the relationship with myself and realize it really is for me. It really is for my satisfaction, fulfillment, my joy, my memories, my moments, the stuff that matters to me, my heart, my being, my very nature. And so the amount of value that I've gotten from having a motto, it could be any motto that's meaningful, like having a motto with just that repetition and that, carved out time and space of, it matters that much that we're putting that time, energy, and attention on it. And we're going to make sure it's kind of ingrained and integrated in us. And we're coming from that, and we're sourcing from that. And it makes such a difference. Wow. Like, looking back now, 20 plus years, it's like, I can really say, I have tried my best. I have done my best. And I am really the best person I can be. And again, there's always room to keep growing and keep on coming. But really, I am the best person I could be. And I've done it for my family. I've done it for the environment around me. And I've done it for me. So I get a lot of then satisfaction, fulfillment, and joy just knowing, like, wow, that I accomplished that. I do that. I'm reliable and consistent to come from there. And, each of my kids know I'm reliable and consistent to come from there. And so they can really trust that as well, and trust the space that I am in that. And what's been really amazing to witness as well, having this motto and witnessing my boys have a motto, because that became part of our routine, is they really lived into that. And my oldest actually just got married a few months ago, just about 3 or 4 months ago. And at his wedding, after the bride walked down the aisle and the dad stood to give the bride away, they actually asked all the parents to stand. And in that moment, my son gave a speech to me and his father, and individually though, one to me, and really acknowledged me, actually. And in his speech, it was a beautiful speech. I had many tears and just moved to tears. And part of his speech was an acknowledgement of the motto and the difference that motto made in his life. And he said, like, it really did shape and form the young man he gets to be now, and who he gets to be, and where he gets to come from. And right in his speech, he said, Mom, I will try my best. I will do my best. And I will be the best person I can be for my family, for the world, but most of all for me. And my heart was beaming and bursting and beyond full to know that, that's where he gets to come from. Like, that's really where he gets to come from. He has that for his life, and he has that forever. And I got, like, the fulfillment of knowing that really was from my creation and vision of what I wanted for him. But I got that too. I really got that space of, I get to come from there, and we get to relate to each other, always knowing that we get to come from there, and that's who we are for each other. That's how we can count on each other with, and who we can count on each other to be. And that's solid. Like, that gives us a really solid place to come from in our relationship. So, a lot of that is about parenting and relationships, and you can make a motto, with your partner, if you're married, or if you're dating, or if you're in a common law, or whatever your situation is, your romantic partner, I guess would be the way to say it. You can make a motto with your romantic partner. You can make a motto with your family, as a parent, as a child, as a sibling set. You can make a motto with a friend group. But really, regardless, even if it's just for yourself, make a motto just for yourself of, this is who I am. This is my motto I live by, and this is what I'm going to true up to. Have it be fun. Have it be catchy. Have yourself enjoy the process. You can take this motto of mine, I will try my best, do my best, and be the best person I can be for my family, for the world, and most of all for me. Or you can have fun making up your own, and it is a lot of fun, and it is a lot of value. Write it out, type it out, tuck it away. And then now, how do you use your motto? How often do you want to use it? The more often you use it, the more it gets kind of integrated into your system, and more of a touch point you can really come from again and again. So, I recommend, if you can, say it to yourself every night before you go to bed. Look in the mirror and say your motto to yourself. Record yourself saying it and then listen to it get played back. You can put an hourly alarm on and say your motto every hour in the early phases of while you're trying to really integrate. You can have it nicely fonted, printed out, and put it in kind of a picture display and hang it on your wall as art. You can paint it. You can draw it. You can, however often you want to say it. The more often you say your motto to yourself, the more it will get integrated into who you are. And again, the more you emotionally connect to it, the more you enjoy it, the more you have fun with it and play with it and love to be with it, the more connected and integrated it's going to come. So the whole point of this message, which isn't as brief as I expected, of course, is this idea. Use a motto. Have your motto be a great place to source from, where you get to source who you are. Let it be a tool and a platform so that you're living into a future that has your back, that you really want to show up to, that you'll be proud to be and proud to have, and have an experience of accomplishment and a place to reach and rise to and to come from and to lean into and hold you at times where you might need it. And if you get the opportunity to have a motto with another person, that's fantastic. You can really build a partnership around that. If this is who we are with each other, this is who we are as individuals, and this is who we are together. It's lovely. I know some people might roll their eyes and find it cheesy, but you know what? It has so much value. It's so heart-filling, and I don't know, give me the cheese. I love the cheese. So have fun with it. Go forth with it. Create your motto today. Have your motto. Have fun. Make it a creation evening and make up your motto. Put on some tunes. Listen to some rhymes. You can Google search probably some mottos or some sayings or some expressions for inspiration and get yourself started on something. But have some fun. Make your motto yours. Enjoy it. Integrate with it. Let it serve you. Let it serve you. And let yourself rest in it. And then you get to rise to it, be it, and know yourself as it. And it is extremely rewarding, very fulfilling, and tickled. All right, there you go. Have a great day, and bye for now, from the sake of ourselves. Bye.